So I'm working on a quote for you, but before I get too carried away and send you a quote for something you don't like, I wanted to get your approval on my concept. So what you see here would be made out of stainless. It would all be welded together with tabs. And then I've added a slot through here to get your wrench in, although I suspect you'll probably put a socket through the bottom hole. So you could put a socket through the bottom here and tighten it that way. The hex that you're seeing there is actually not the nut; it's the nut that's behind the nut. I think you don't know what I mean. Anyway, so you may just tighten it down with a socket because this stem doesn't have to go on there. But in either case, I felt like it would be a lot easier to work on if there was an opening there. So that's what I've got. Is we talked about the bottom being as narrow as the tub. Let me turn the tub back on. So we did that, and then the top is big enough to get some wrenches and stuff in there, around even when the cap is on. But here's what I want to try. Instead of printing the cap, I was over at my mother-in-law's house this weekend. She uses a type of Tupperware called Sistema, and I went on their website and looked through at least 100 different tubs until I found one that was pretty much the right size. So the outside of the tub is the outside of this this part right here. It not just represents the tub, but it's also where I'm going to mount the lid. So I'm going to cut a hole in the lid, mount the lid to this flange, and then if you've seen these Sistema Tupperware containers, they actually have clips that hold the lid on. So if we mount that upside down, cut a giant hole through the top of this lid so that all I'm using is the lip that the clip snaps onto, then you can buy replacement clips and you can buy replacement tubs. I'll show you here. They're not that expensive. It's way cheaper than, yeah, so like $8 a piece. I can't 3D print anything for that price. So I wouldn't call it disposable, but it's getting there. So if you're okay with a upside down clear Tupperware over the top of this, I wish this Sistema had a step file so I could model it in here, but they don't. But if you're okay with that, then this is exactly what I would quote: is 12 of these stainless contraptions, and I probably give you 14 of the caps in case one of them gets hurt. I ended up doing slots like we talked about here, so you've got some adjustability. Remember, the model doesn't let me bend that into the hole, but that's what the hole's for there. It lines up with the hole that's in the existing base. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, I'll get you a quote as soon as you let me know if you're okay with upside down Tupperware. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.